Well, you can't say we don't take you to some interesting places. This week's episode is another in our Aussie Summer series here on the Sunshine Coast of Queensland, Australia. We are heading about 20 minutes inland from the beach to one of the most visited places in the area. It is the picturesque village of Eumundi. Now, Eumundi is famous in Australia and with international visitors as it has the biggest artisan market in the country and is just a gorgeous little village. The market slogan is make it, bake it, sew it or grow it. So there are no cheap overseas products to be found here. We take you down the shady tree-lined terrace avenues filled with every imaginable stall you can think of, including many delicious food vendors. We even do a quick impromptu interview with a nice guy who makes the best pineapple juice I've ever tasted. Then we tell you about the very unique annual event that happens in Eumundi. It is the Body Art Festival, which is Australia's premier body art event and is a celebration of the passionate body painting industry. Stay listening to the end when we leave Eumundi and drive 9 kilometres to a new lunch and dinner venue that is quickly becoming the hottest place on the Sunshine Coast. It is called the Doonan, and we were left speechless by the whole place. If you'd like to see the pictures I took as we walked around Eumundi or the Doonan, then go to this episode's description in the podcast player you're listening on now and click the link to episode 89. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Good morning, Lyle.
Good morning, Leonita.
We've just hopped out of the car and we're walking up through the car park to the entrance to the Eumundi markets.
Yes, the Eumundi markets, they were established in 1979. They've got a reputation as being the biggest and best outdoor markets in Australia.
And yeah, biggest artisan markets, yeah.
Yeah, and they're actually pretty well established and well known internationally as well.
Sure, and the big thing they say here is you have to make it, bake it, sew it, or grow it.
That's correct.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Now that as Leanne said, we just parked the car. It was $9. The car park's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, huge. But they also say that they do get that busy, especially during the holiday period. That you do need to come early.
All right, so it's only open, Eumundi markets. We're actually going to talk, as I said in the intro, talking about this beautiful little inland, just from the coast town called Eumundi. And it's very unique and very artisan, and one of the main draw cards is the market. So we're going to be walking around sharing that with you today.
Yep.
And the markets themselves are only open 2 days a week.
Yes, that's correct. They're open on Wednesdays and Saturdays. On Saturday from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. and on Wednesday 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Yeah, so we've just got here now. It's, what is it, like 9 something in the morning, and nearly 9:30. And the car parks, you can see there's several car parks. They're all starting to fill up, so it is very popular because it's not that far from Brizzy.
No, it's only about 110k from Brisbane, and you can get here from Brisbane both by train and by bus.
Really?
Yep. It's only about maybe 30k from Noosa, and Noosa is probably the most luxury resort beach suburb in Queensland and probably in Australia, really. So it's only 30 minutes from there.
And it took us, not even much more than that to get here from, the southern end of the Sunshine Coast, the Kings Beach today.
Yeah, it's not far at all. So it's quite handy, and there is a bus. So if you based yourself in Noosa and you wanted to come out here to the markets...
And you didn't have a car.
You can catch a bus that basically stops in Memorial Drive.
Which I'm looking at now, which is the main street.
Which is the main street, yeah.
Yeah. So the markets itself sort of runs right along that main street area. So, we're going to walk through the markets. I'm going to put some nice photos in the show notes. So don't forget, beachtravelwine.com /episode 89. You can see some of the stalls, and then we'll take you into the main street and some of the iconic pub and have a little look around town. But even driving in, it's really pretty. Like it's one of those places that's all lush and green. We're standing here under the poinciana trees, and there's still a few little red flowers left on them from Christmas. The crepe myrtles were flowering, and I saw a community garden as we went past. It's just a beautiful, lush, a bit like the Montville sort of, landscape.
Yeah, that's right.
It?
Well, the actual town itself basically first established, I think, in 1890, and I think that it's very...
Well, the first town blocks were subdivided, 1890.
Yeah, 1890, yeah. So...
And the railway station then was built in 1891.
Correct, yeah, that's right, yeah. So A very rural setting, and originally it was very much a timber town,
Right.
and then it developed into farming, dairy, cattle, and obviously fruit crop.
And the site now that the market's on was the original train station site.
As I do think you're correct there.
You said it started in 1979, which is right, but it was the 24th of March, so almost not that long, like coming up for their anniversary, and it started with 3 stalls in the CWA hall, and apparently they had 8 visitors and they made $30 worth of sales that first day. So now.
Very good research, Leonida. I'm very impressed.
But now there's like about 1.6 million people come each year to the markets. And how many stalls?
There's just over 600.
Right, so around 600. Is that what we're sort of suggesting?
Yes.
So what we're going to do is we've given you a bit of background into where we are and why we're here, and now we're going to wander into the market area and start telling you all about that. All right, Lyle, let's get this show on the road.
Okay, so we've just gone past the bra bag shop, and I'll let you describe that. How would you describe that, Lee?
Well, they're just little zip bags that you can put your bras in when you travel. Although they're not.
No, I think they're just bags that
are made out of bras.
Are made out of bras.
Okay, I'll put a photo of those in the show notes. So this is these beautiful big poinsettia trees. Poinciana trees, fig trees. It's so shady here, and there's even a bit of rain today, and this is still quite protected under the rain. And it's just rows and rows of these beautiful different artisan stalls. So we're starting right at the car park end, and we're just going to go for a walk and just tell you about a few of the stalls as we go. So obviously it's got your standard things like beautiful dream catchers and hats and essential oils, and obviously cute baby clothes. There's this one here, the rusty tin. It's like made like an old shed. It's full of beautiful paintings in there. That's nice. Oh, some nice menswear shirts there. That's nice.
Yep.
Like the look of that.
They are very nice. Actually,
beautiful
they are very
t-shirts,
nice.
aren't they?
We might have to come back and have a
look at that one. Check out these handmade shoes. Beautiful little casual shoes, men's shoes.
Hemp shoes. They
are. And men's.
Yeah, they're not bad either.
No, they're great, aren't they? Lyle, would you help me out here?
Yes.
Would you hold this, please? Thank you so much.
Sure.
I'm going to get Lyle to hold the phone with the microphone on it. And
where we are at the moment, basically, there's a whole bunch of, I suppose, fashion marquees.
Oh, yeah, that's it. We've got the
So, and then beside that, you've got a leather bag shop. These are all handmade. The quality looks absolutely amazing. So then we're moving along
under more of these trees.
Yeah, so we've got a games area where all the
board games and things, right?
Yeah.
And then you've got your beautiful little girls dress up and the toys that are made, the essential oils again, and then it's a beautiful big seating area right in the middle here, under the shade. It'll be in summer, obviously keeps it nice and cool.
So when you say essential oils,
yes.
Now essential oils, this has got oils for
healthy
internal
gut.
healing, and also external joint pain, back pain. Are they essential oils, or is that something different?
Well, it's a bit of both, I'd say there, Dom. It's just sort of pointing out all the different stuff, the beautiful scarves and things, and look at these gorgeous silver jewelry. Oh my gosh, there's so many people here already too, and it looks pretty, doesn't it? The surrounds. You just could wander around here, and there's a lovely one there, rachelcurryart.com, and she's got beautiful Australian animals there. There's a picture of a wombat. I love wombats. Don't you?
Yes, I do. And why do you love wombats?
Because they're so cute.
Oh, not the way they poo.
No, we didn't need to talk wombat poo today.
Okay.
We're at the Eumundi markets. Now these these clothing have been dyed with leaves, the colour of the earth. How beautiful are they? Just gorgeous. Feel that fabric.
Yeah.
Wow, silk that feels like. So pretty.
The thing about these markets, Lan, I think, is that you go to a lot of markets, it's almost like second-hand markets. They look a bit you know, second hand. Whereas here, everything is in its place. The quality of the stuff, of the products are fantastic.
Yep. And
Eddie,
also, you would, I would have bought something from many stores we've already passed, whereas a lot of markets I go to, I'm just like, I would not buy anything here.
sure,
Yeah.
sure. Well, we're just looking here at a t-shirt shop.
Yeah, that's
And
beautiful. Look
I'm
at the
just
colours,
looking at the
like the,
colours. I was
yeah,
just about to say, and I'm thinking, I'm definitely coming back here because
yeah,
you see that anyway.
yeah, the
The,
beautiful colours. They're, yeah, like the autumn tones, really.
yeah,
Yeah, really nice. Yeah, they're very nice. And lots of hat stalls and very, I don't know, like it's even nicer than I remember. And I'd even forgotten how beautiful it was. Just, you know, the pathways, you know, like it's cement pathways. There's shade everywhere. There's trees everywhere. It's yeah, it's really really beautiful. So we've just come up here. Will we turn around? We'll go back over this way. Look at these little over here. They're Barbie tents.
oh, you're not serious.
I am. Look at those. Like they're from here you can see so many colours, purple and pinks, and there's these little tents which you put your Barbie dolls in. They fold down to nothing. Really, really cute, I think. All right. Well, let's keep going, and we're gonna because there's a big food section as well here, isn't there? You
Yeah,
know?
well, we're looking at the moment. We've got potato slinkies.
Yeah.
Potato slinkies.
Oh,
I'm not sure
Turkish.
what they
Look at
are.
that beef and lamb. Look at
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Turkish gozleme.
Yeah, that looks amazing. All right. Well, let's just go back up this way and see what we can find. All right. Fly wants to talk more about the food, so let's do
I
that.
do because I've just seen a little marquee with French crepes, and I'm thinking we're going to have try those, maybe for breakfast. And then we've got
That looks like an
also,
original structure there, which they put a cafe under. So, you know, there's all these like little marquees and tents, but there's also some wooden structures around where they've got some eating places, which is what that little place there is too.
You've
So,
also and we've got homemade cookies.
who doesn't mind a homemade cookie, eh?
You've got the rainbow bowls.
Well, they're fruit, yeah. You know, your dragon
Um,
fruit, berries and almonds and seasonal fruit. And then you've got the blue one, which is blue spirulina. Like, yeah, they look absolutely healthy and divine at the same time, don't they?
and in amongst that, we've got astrology and card
Yes.
readings and
Coffee shop.
yeah, coffee shop, which we'll be trying that out.
There's a bit of everything, isn't there? That's beautiful. Handmade. Look at all those beautiful handmade toys for your pets made out of natural growth. There. Oh, these are pretty. Look at these beautiful rock statues for your garden. Look at that. How beautiful.
I think he's been here for a long time because it's the same guy.
Yeah, been here a while, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them have. But if you just look, you know, I'm going to get some, once again, photos, but you're just looking down these rows of beautiful, oh, look at that. Like, just so beautiful here at the markets. You could just wander around just looking at pretty stalls like the flower ones. Look at that. So nice.
It's just row after row after row of
Pretty.
pretty and really diversified.
Unique too.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
diversified
Yeah.
products.
I like the
you never get bored here.
No, I like the branding of the markets. It's very you know, see the flags they've got out. That's all. If you can see I'll put a link to the Eumundi Markets website in our show notes as well, because that's you'll see the pretty colours and you'll see it's a really good website actually. So it's very very colourful is what I'm trying to say. I think so. A lot of people are sitting in under here now. It's a little bit sprinkly
Well,
today.
1979, you're talking about 45 years.
Yeah.
So, you know, you'd think that
They'd have it right by now.
They'd have it right by now. And, you know, I've got to say they have.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at these planter boxes.
Yeah, in the middle, that's right.
Yeah, just full of beautiful, what do you call that sort of?
Oh, they're just beautiful little gardens, darling, like ground covers and things. But underneath these big Moreton Bay figs as well. So it's, yeah, you know, like the markets, you think they're hot and dry and, you know, muddy or dusty. There's nothing like that here. I mean, look over here, Lyle. Let's come across here and we're just going through these gardens. They've got pots for sale, but they've got these black, what would you call it, wrought iron tree patterns cut out, and they've stuck the pots in that. How good does that look? Like, that's such a unique way to display your goods. Oh, one of my favourites, obviously earrings. That's some jewellery. Wow, look at the colours here. So pretty. The lampshade. You've never seen anything like that, have you?
No.
So amazingly beautiful. I can't believe it's been so long since we've been here.
Yeah. Well, it'd be the perfect place to come for to select for someone's birthday or for Christmas presents, to find something that is unique to give to someone that you feel very special about.
Yeah, I agree. So, all right, so let's go and find a little spot so we can maybe have another coffee and check out which way we want to go next, because there's just so much to
I
see,
think
isn't
that's
there?
an excellent idea.
Well, we've just refueled on a coffee.
Yeah, we just had a coffee at Bean and Gone, and I said to the guy, the guy there whose stall it is, his name's Grant Cubis, and I said, mate, I love the name, and he said, yeah, it's been stolen a few times. Anyway, we've had the coffee, and the coffee is as good or if not better than the name. So yeah, it was really good. But we're just standing here underneath an umbrella here because it's a little bit wet.
It's a little bit wet, and we don't want to get our recording a bit wet either, do we? But we're also discussing, like, we thought we'd come like we have on, we've done previous walk and talks episodes in our summer series, and you go back and have a look at those. The number 86 was Caloundra and Kings Beach, and 87 was Mooloolaba, and 88 was Montfort, and this is 89. So, if you like this way of, we're podcasting. But we just we're a bit blown away. We've been here many times, but we're so blown away by the size of this place that we just can't walk around all of it and describe it all, can we?
Well, I think a lot of the things that we've been saying, we're just repeating ourselves. But I'm just looking at here. We've got salt and pepper calamari there. We've got Thai takeaway satay sauce dishes. We've got there's just I think talk about international flavours.
Well, I can see here schnitzel burgers. I can see profiterole rolls up in here. And there's different levels as well. Like, we came in at the lower level, and you go up and down, and as you keep sort of moving towards the main street,
it's terraced.
Terraced, that's the word.
Yeah,
It's got so there's lots of little places. Like, we're actually standing under a really colourful umbrella, with yellow chairs, and just looking at, and all I can see are the big shady trees and the different stalls and the food vendors, and people just wandering, as far as you can see under these shady, gorgeous trees.
And I'm not sure whether the listeners can hear it or not, but in the background, you've got background music all along with the didgeridoo and
there's buskers
there's buskers and that sort of thing. So you could come here and just sit back and listen to the music,
eat, like whatever food you want to have.
Yeah, even if you didn't want to shop, you could come and have a beautiful morning out.
Sure, yeah, and it's, as we said, it's not that far from anywhere on the Sunshine Coast or even Brisbane. So.
Well, when we looked at this yesterday, that we decided we were going to do Eumundi, I didn't realise how central it was to everything. I mean, Yandina, which we're going to talk about later, is only probably 10 minutes down the road. So, yeah.
And the other thing that's, I don't know whether it's a negative or a positive, is it's not school holidays, or it's still school holidays in some states, but not here in Queensland, and it's raining. And it's still busy, and people are just still wandering around, taking in all the sights and the foods. It's, there's people just sitting under the trees, and you're just enjoying the atmosphere. It's a great atmosphere too, isn't it?
Yeah, I think a lot of the people are on holidays, and so everybody's got a smile on their face. But I sort of said to Lamb before that I can't imagine how much the turnover, the total turnover of this place would be each Saturday and Wednesday. It'd be unbelievable.
But it's simple setups. Like, I was looking at this guy in front of us here, and he's got the Oz Trail sort of, tent set up. He's got 2 tables and a wooden sort of folding display on his tables, full of his jewellery. Like, he's made these beautiful silver jewellery. He's got 3 plastic containers that he brings all his gear in. So it's not much of a setup for him. No. And yet there's people, his stuff's amazing, and there's people who've been stopping that stall non-stop, So there's those little people that set up, and then there's much more elaborate sort of setups as well, where people bring all their timber pots and things like that as well. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, we try and just walk a little bit further and just find a few more little places to share while we're out and about. So let's do that. So we're leaving the safety of our beautiful umbrella, and we're just going to head up here a little bit further, say goodbye to our coffee barista there, and it's a little. That must be like the original train station building right there in the middle, which is the
either
cafe.
that or it might actually be
a replica.
maybe the old post office.
Oh, okay. It's got Eumundi written on the sign on the little timber building there. And what about all these bricks on the floor? They've all got kids' names and pictures that all sort of carved in, which is pretty cool as well. So now we're back sort of up the top end, aren't we?
Oh, okay. Okay. There's more food. Japanese, Turkish.
Yeah.
Man, it's unbelievable.
And then there's like this huge stall here, which is, all undercover, like not just canvas cover, it's, under timber, and it's got, sunnies and all sorts of stuff in there as well. So yeah, you walk down here and there's a little cafe. Look at that. How pretty is that? Like, oh my gosh, I'll get some photos of that as well.
Yeah, that's got called Eats of Eumundi, and it was established in 1989. And I think that probably has two-ended. You've got this on the market side, and I'd say there's another entrance
right through
the main street, Memorial Drive.
Yeah, coming up to this, and this is at the top too, is the Eumundi Emporium. It's the same sort of thing. This massive, big sort of walkway. You can go through there. The beautiful products all through there, right through the main street. So, and we're coming to the top end, even though we haven't seen all the different rows. But this is, sort of up the top, and Eumundi Parkside Market. I mean, how pretty is that, Lyle? Little timber structures there, little food markets up and down. It's very rustic, isn't it? It's open the same time as the actual stalls down here.
And I know it sounds like I'm focusing on food, but just to hear, we've got Dutch pancakes. Beside the Dutch pancakes, we've got Tibetan momos. And next to that, we've also got I don't know whether it's alcoholic ginger beer, or it's probably both.
Both. And let's just keep walking this way. Like, we're just getting out of the top of the markets now, and the sign said German sausages. But I just want to go down here to the top where there's a playground, because I think that's nice to, if you're going to bring family here as well. There's this great big, beautiful shady playground up here, Lyle. Look at that. Look at like beautiful big pathways. They're about 3 meters wide here. Oh my goodness, I've never been up this far before. So we've got.
Well, I think that may not have been here previously.
All right, so you've got a big climbing frame. You've got swings. You've got little walkways through the trees. You've got. Let's come over here in the little shelter bit, Dylan. Yes, the swings. As I said, the walkway, the amenities block up there. There's a barbecue at that end. Little seesaws. It's pretty impressive sort of parklands, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really, and so yeah, definitely you can bring the kids. Tell them they can play in the playground after you've had a wander around the markets. How amazing is that? You like that?
Yeah. Like as you say, it's 45 years it's been going, or just on 45 years this year.
24th of March.
And obviously they've just kept on adding on and adding on and adding on and improving.
Yeah.
And it's I mean, as you said before, we're actually surprised on how much better it is than the last time we were here, which was probably, I don't know, 4 years ago.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's not sort of something that you come to all the time, but I think definitely we have visitors come again. We'll bring them up here because there's something for everybody. Just as I said,
literally.
Yeah, but it's just the atmosphere, the music, the beautiful shady trees, the pretty plants, and then of course all the food and the coffee, and even if you don't want to buy anything, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive. All right, shall we walk over to the main street? All right, welcome to Memorial Drive, the main street of Eumundi. And we're standing here. To be honest, what I can see is a wide, typical Queensland main street. To my right...
Typical rural Queensland main street.
True. To my right, we've just walked out of the market. So there's, terraces of all the different stalls down there. Straight ahead is the Eumundi Museum, which used to be one of the churches, and then the post office. And then we're looking down probably inland, and it's got the beautiful little, not even little, the architecture of the time.
Yeah,
the main
basically,
streets.
I think you described it as Federation, and the Federation architecture was basically from 1890 to about 1915, and I know that the Imperial Hotel was, which we can see from here, that was originally built in 1913, and then it burnt down in 1926, and it was rebuilt in 1927, and it basically the advertising was for when it reopened was for luxurious accommodation and garaging and stabling and the best food on the north coast. So the federation, and when they say federation, Australia became a federation in 1901.
So we might walk across the road and wander on down to the pub.
Yeah, sure.
Go and check that out, shall we?
Yep.
Once again, more big, beautiful, shady trees, and
lots of fig trees and gum trees, and they're all overhanging the street, and it's very picturesque.
Yeah, it is. It's only a couple of blocks along this main street, isn't it? So it's not, it's easy to come and have a look if you come here to the markets. But it's beautiful. It's very nice just to wander around, and once again, you've got timber signs and beautiful shady trees, as you said. There's all different types of shops as well. So everything from the fashion to the craft. There's another car park area up in behind some of the shops here. So if you get here early enough, you shouldn't have any trouble at all getting a park. So once we've got like a leather shop.
This is one of the iconic shops. This is called the Real McCoy, Australian-made leather goods.
Yep.
McCall, yeah. Yep. And I read up about this, and it's all handmade.
There's a thing in the window that says this is one of the first industrial leather sewing machines made. It's still in working condition. It dates back to 1865.
And the smell of leather, even in the street, seriously, it nearly knocks you over.
The old suitcases, they've got like displays of some old stuff, and then they've got beautiful leather belts, all sorts of stuff. Yeah, that is amazing. Have to check that out. Right next to the pizza and burger bar, right?
Yeah.
And then a beautiful crystal shop with the pretty flowers out the front and flags, and just something for everybody. Pottery. Wow, look at these beautiful pottery. They're handmade. The pretty colours in that. Really nice. And so this is what you're saying. Now we come to this. This is the first pub that you said that's now.
Yeah, it used to be the old commercial, and we went the last time we went there. It was pretty average. Well, it was. It was. It hadn't really. If the other pub had been built in 1913, I think commercial probably built around the same time, and it looked like it was 1913.
Yeah.
Whereas now they call it Matzo's, and
so it's still a pub.
It's still a pub, but it's all done up with a corrugated iron bar and that sort of thing. And this used to be called Joe's Waterhole.
Okay.
And they used to have a lot of bands here.
Yep.
But yeah,
it's your old Queenslander style pub. The big veranda out the front of it and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and it looks like they've got an outdoor area.
Yeah, like a beer garden up the back here. Look, that's brand new. Look at that.
Yeah.
Beautiful big beer garden with umbrellas and mural on the wall up there, and another big. Look at that big undercover area, Lyle.
Oh man, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Let's have a quick. There. Actually, it's still being built. That's the brewery. Yeah.
Yeah, that's impressive, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah. So it's obviously been really developed.
Yeah. So you used to have this pool tables outside. Yeah, that is.
Looks like they've got a little bit of a water park out there, like with the slide.
Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it? It's all happening here, that's for sure. As we were walking back to our car, we bought some pineapple juice, and as it was the best pineapple juice we've ever tasted, we did a quick impromptu interview with the nice guy who makes it, Anthony. So here's what he had to say.
Yeah, hey Anthony, how are you?
Good, thank you.
My name's Lyle. We're just at the front of your
caravan.
What would you call it?
Pineapple food trailer.
Yeah. It's almost like a it's obviously refrigerated. The pure gold pineapples. Can you give me a bit of the background on it? Because we've just had two of the drinks ourselves, and what did you say, Leanne?
It's pineapple juice is my favourite juice, but this is my favourite juice. It's amazing, yeah.
Well, the company's actually Tropical Pineapple, so it's grower owned. There's 16 growers in the group, 4 in central Queensland and 12 down here in southeast Queensland. So they grow, and then the product comes into us, we pack, and then ship the product all across the country. So it's available in your local Coles, Woolies, IGA, Aldi, We do food service.
Can you buy the juice?
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
No, so the juice is a relatively new concept that we're working on as a value add.
Okay.
So the Pure Gold pineapples themselves are available in all the major retail chains.
Yep.
You know, fruit shops. You know, all those things. We do food service as well. We do supply some juice manufacturers, particularly down in Melbourne.
So if you're heading into the supermarket, you want to find the Pure Gold pineapples because they're amazing. And yeah, I'm so glad we found you guys on our way out today.
Now, I know you said before, what's the difference? Can you tell our listeners?
Yes, so the majority of pineapple juice in Australia is made from a variety called smooth cayenne. It's been grown in Queensland for not 100 years,
right.
But it was always a predominant canning variety because it cans really well.
Yeah.
And obviously when they're going through the canning process, they're left with a large portion of a pineapple is actually inedible, so core and skin. So a big manufacturer like Golden Circle then crushes all of that up and gets the juice out of it. The reason our juice is so sweet is because we grow and market a hybrid pineapple, which is low acid. So it has some smooth cayenne parentage in it, but it also crossed with another variety. So you don't get that hit on the back of your throat. But at the moment, it's not available in the supermarkets, but we're hoping
to get it there.
Next 12 months. We'll
and so if people want to find you, Anthony, where can they find you?
So we're on the usual Facebook, Instagram, or through the website you can message us. But
Pure Gold Pineapples?
Pure Gold Pineapples. But we're here at Eumundi every Wednesday. And then you'll find us in and around other markets in South East Queensland.
Great. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Anthony.
No worries, appreciate it.
After our chat with Anthony, we hopped in our car and headed to a new lunch and dinner venue, which is only 10 minutes from Eumundi, and it's quickly becoming the hottest place on the Sunshine Coast. Cheers.
Cheers, Leonica.
Well, as we said a minute ago, you were asking about Doonan, and here we are at the Doonan, which is, we've heard about this place. It's 9 kilometres from Eumundi.
And probably about the same from Noosa Heads.
A little bit, yeah. Okay, and it is this, I don't know how long it's been here, not that long in its current form, but it is this beautiful hotel, yeah?
Yeah.
But it's like nothing you've ever seen, and we've just had a beautiful prawn roll, which I'm going to put some pictures, you have to go and see the pictures, beachtravellwine.com, podcast, episode 89. The colour scheme here is sort of sage green and white, and let me try and describe it. You've got, it's massive. There are tables everywhere. There are beautiful pots with flowering plants, with trees, and then you've got cane chairs and walkways. Some of it's covered, some of it's outdoors. There's this beautiful walking archway with passion fruit over it with fairy lights, which leads all the way to a massive big play area for kids, big green area which has got soccer, football goalposts and rugby league goalposts, and all the balls are out there to play with. They've got cubby houses, they've got 2 trampolines, they've got like a herb and a veggie garden there, and we are sitting, there's 2 big bars, yeah?
Yeah.
And you said the other one had some open fireplaces?
Yeah, both bars. Actually, one of the bars is inside, and that's like the design and the fit out of it is absolutely magnificent. It's not exactly a red brick, it's more like a cream brick, and the bar itself is like a solid wood, I'd say probably Oregon or something like that.
And all the umbrellas, there's sage green umbrellas, there's green and cream sort of tasseled umbrellas. The bar here would be 20, 30 metres long, yeah? Bar?
Well, yeah, probably. But the thing, this is like, it's indoor-outdoor sort of bar, and there's only one television. So like a lot of places you go to now, and a lot of hotels in Australia, you've got all the sports TVs everywhere. In each of these bars, there's only one television. Look, the design and the fit out is amazing. And what Leanne's saying about I suppose the garden,
the pots,
they're everywhere. I'd hate to know how much it costs to redevelop it. And as Leanne said, the chairs, a cane, and they also go along with that green and white facade.
Do you know what? You'd have to say, because it's not really in a township, it's in an area between, the Hinterland and Noosa Beach, but it's a destination.
Absolutely.
You would come here, like we've had a meal, but you would come here and plan to spend a couple hours here and just enjoy the whole place. Like, it's just stunning. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a destination. There's no doubt about it. And probably myself coming from a hotel background, I've got to say, I'd give it 15 out of 10.
And it's got a good wine list as well.
Yeah, fairly extensive wine list. The food's not cheap, but it's not over the top. But, you've got to understand that these people have got to get their money back. They've got to get a return on their investment. So it's probably a little bit dearer than the normal corner pub.
Yeah, but it's a little bit.
Yeah, but it's...
Look at it. You
Yeah.
couldn't say this is a corner pub.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking out now across, as I said, the beer garden, and I guess it's sort of in rooms, as I said before. You've got some undercover areas, you've got some outdoor with umbrellas, and then you've got the archway, as I said, covered in passion fruit vines. Then you've got another brick sort of covered area where they've got all the ferns and orchids hanging down there, and everywhere there's these iced water stations all around the place as well.
Yeah,
So,
the ice water station, and then for the lighting, you've got all fairy lighting. But then underneath that canopy, you've got chandeliers with candle type style lighting fixtures as well.
And they're put in these garden beds, and they've got these poinciana trees in them, and they're not big yet, but once they grow up, can you imagine them spreading out their big shady branches with those beautiful red flowers in them? This is just going to get even better and better and better, isn't it?
Well, there's also a fountain as you walk into the entrance, and that's full of fairly sizable goldfish.
Yeah, and there's a little shop as you come in as well. They sell little plants.
Yeah,
and
then
like
along on the brickwork, you've got these creeper.
Yeah, beautiful vines.
All along the side walls of the place.
As you come in.
And again, special light fittings. And
music speakers, like outdoor music everywhere you go.
Yeah, so the music's not over the top. It doesn't. No. It's not loud loud that you can't talk and hear each other.
Yeah.
I just imagine they'd be fairly expensive.
Yeah, and as I said, I will put photos up because I don't know, like, it's the same people that own, as Lyle probably mentioned before, the Sandstone Point Hotel, which is one of our favourite places to go when we meet up with family because of the playgrounds and things there as well. But this is up there with it. And if you live anywhere near the Sunshine Coast, honestly, you need to come up here for a visit. Yeah.
Yeah, and for international visitors, which would more than likely go to Noosa Heads and the Noosa Beach, as I said earlier, it's only 10 minutes down the road, and I think you will be very impressed, and it will definitely be worthwhile.
Yeah, I'm so impressed, and I'm so glad we came.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, but great spot, and we'll definitely be back.
Absolutely.
Well, before we finish off today, there's just a couple more things that we think you really need to know about if you're coming to the Eumundi area, and the first one's the gorgeous Imperial Hotel. Yeah,
which is one of my favourite places on Memorial Drive in Eumundi. Yeah, it's the old Imperial Hotel,
and it's a beautiful old Queenslander pub. You think of Queensland pub, this is exactly like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
On the outside.
Yeah, look, it was built in 1911. In 1926, it was destroyed by fire. In 1927, it was rebuilt, and it was, and the advert for it was luxury accommodation, garaging and stabling, and
so your horses.
And the best food on the North Coast. And then in about 1986, there was a huge injection of funds and to develop a brewery on site, and that's called the Eumundi Brewery. And anywhere you go in Queensland now, you'd be able to get a Eumundi lager or pale ale or whatever you want. And look, it's really, really impressive.
Yeah, it's lovely. And they've got a beautiful eating area, like a cocktail bar inside, and the beer garden. As you walk around, you've got all the beautiful plants under cover, and then downstairs is the bunker.
Yeah, the bunker where they have all the live bands. Yeah. And don't forget, upstairs, you've actually got a restaurant which overlooks the street and overlooks the markets. And it's
a lot of people
really
just
good.
Go to Eumundi to go to the Imperial Hotel or the brewery, don't they?
Yeah, especially for the entertainment.
Yeah. Now, Lyle brought this up because you'd heard about it, and so we thought, and I had a look, and so we really need to tell you about this next thing that happens in Eumundi. It is the Australian Body Art Festival. right?
Yep.
Now, I don't know if any, like I've seen pictures of, body art, but they're amazing. Now this is Australia's premier body art event, and it's temporary art, not tattoos, okay? And they get spectators from across Australia and overseas, and it's a yearly event, right? And this year it's being held in April, but I will put a link to the website, so you can check out the last year's winners and check out the dates and that sort of thing as well. But the weekend basically is just full of art and street performers and obviously markets and lots of fun. Now, this year's event is the name of it, they're calling it is a festival of colour, right? And so they have a couple of different sorts of competitions. So there's the full body art one, there's wearable art and surfboard art this year. So, and what you can do is you can actually come and watch the art take place, so you see it happening and right in front of your eyes, and it's a free event too, so it's pretty cool, right?
Sure. Can I just let you know on a secret? I've got to. I know I'm boasting, but I used to have body art competitions in the nightclubs in Melbourne many, many years ago. Probably totally illegal now, but it was a lot of fun.
No, they're doing body part. It's not legal if it's done tastefully, Lyle, and I don't imagine yours would have been. So I'm going to edit that out.
Don't you dare. It's a claim to fame.
Anyway, so I just think that just sort of encompasses what Eumundi's like,
Yeah, sure. It's different. It's unique. It's
arty.
It's a bit out
fun.
there.
It's so much fun. And back to the markets that we wandered around today, like the different characters as well. We talked about the stalls and all the products, but some of the characters in these stalls, there's a guy, with a silver sword, with a big top hat on, there's, really out there looking sort of, grandmas, making stuff. It
is a little bit, I suppose you'd call it hippie.
Yeah, a bit alternate.
Yeah, for sure. Alternate's the better word. Yeah.
No, it's so much fun. Yeah, we had a great day. So we didn't really... There's not much wine for sale at the Eumundi markets, but where would you like to maybe, where's your place to maybe have a drink, a wine, even a coffee,
I think you can't go past the Doonan.
Okay.
I know that's not in Eumundi, but it's only 5 minutes up the road.
Yeah, you can't go past
and that is a classy establishment.
Yeah, and they had Shaw and Smith on the wine menu, just saying.
Yeah, and it probably wasn't the dearest you've actually
my favourite.
paid for.
From Adelaide Hills.
Yeah.
Well, I would have to say that I've got a couple. Like for me, the Eumundi Brewery. I think you're going somewhere where an iconic beer's made. I think that's...
Yeah, just so I don't forget, they actually do free tours of the brewery, but you've got to book them.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Well, maybe we should do that. I just think that was really cool. But my favourite drink all day, I have to say, was the pineapple juice.
Yeah, it was pretty good, wasn't it?
I really enjoyed that. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed our walk around this unique little spot on the Sunshine Coast, and we look forward to seeing you next week as we continue our Aussie Summer series. So it's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from her.